Buongiorno everyone, Happy New Year! Welcome back to the lineup predictions here on the Magpie Channel TV. Leicester City tomorrow, 2:15 kickoff, bit of a strange time, live on Sky Sports anyway. They're currently sitting in 4th place as we're recording. The league's so tight at the minute though, things might change by tomorrow, who knows, there's a couple of games left on today. They could go up to 3rd if things stay the same and they get the win tomorrow. We're currently sitting in 15th place, but there's only 10 points. I thought about the league being close, there's 10 points between us and Leicester in 15th and 4th, so mega close. I think that there's loads of teams in that bracket of about 4th to 9th. There's only a couple of points between them. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully we can have another good performance like we did against Liverpool the other day. Unbelievable performance. I know we didn't get the result. Well, we kind of did get the result. 1 point's better than nothing when we went in expecting to get beat about 7-0. It was a fantastic display by the lads. Best I've seen we play all season. Real heart and passion from every single one of them. Can't fault them. So it's nice to have a bit of belief for a change. A good performance. So yeah, we'll see how things go against Leicester. Like I say, they're in 4th, fighting for 3rd. Great team. The return of Jose Perez. He's only got 1 goal this season from 9 appearances. 9 appearances isn't really that much, to be fair. I think he's been a little bit frozen out of Leicester because his performances haven't really been great, but 1 goal in 9. Come to St James's Park soon, we'll sort that out for you. I'll get that on right now. Jose Perez to score, as he did last year. It was New Year's Day, I think we played Leicester at home last year, where we got beat 3-0. A goal from Jose Perez, 1 from Hamza Chowdhury, who we've been linked with today. I think Leicester are offering him. I think that's what I read. They're offering him to a few teams. Newcastle being one to take him. I'm not sure if it's a loan or a permanent deal, but that could be something we look into in January as the window is now open. Before I get into Newcastle's team news, I'll remind you about the like targets. Last week, it wasn't really last week, it was just the other day. For the Liverpool lineup prediction, I set a like target of 135. Smashed it. Cheers, lads and lasses. I think we went about 142. So for this week's like target, I'll set only 140. I think I've said 150 a couple of times where we've gone just shy on it. We'll build up to that as the weeks come on, as the games come in. We'll go up to 150 soon. But for today, only 140 is the like target. So smash that button, as well as the subscribe button. New year, new us, 10k soon come. Thanks to your help. Go on, guys, hit that button right now. So Newcastle's team news, Isaac Hayden suspended. Picked up a yellow card against Liverpool, which I believe must have been his 5th yellow card of the season, something like that. So he's missing, unfortunately. Our workhorse in the middle of the field, absent. Jamal Lascelles is back in training. He's been pictured, but Brucey says that he should be in the mix for Arsenal in the Cup next week. So he's got another 7 days, but he's only going to be in the mix. Thinking maybe still it'll be a little bit too early, but we'll see how he gets on in training during the week. It'd be nice to see Lascelles back, but our defence has been solid, really. Well, the last game it was. Alan Saint-Maximin still out with effects of COVID, still having a lovely new year in France. Come back please soon, Alan, you're massively missed. Ryan Fraser, however, is back in training, although he probably won't be in the mix for tomorrow's game. I'm not too sure. Maybe a spot on the bench for him. It'd be great to see him back, but he's maybe another one looking towards next week against Arsenal. I'll jump straight into my lineup there then, and this one's been a little bit easier, to be fair, than it has been in the last few weeks. I'm still going to make a few changes from the Liverpool game. Well, let's see how we get on though. First, in goal, Carl Darlow, our absolute hero this season, and Martin Dubravka's back. A place for him on the bench against Liverpool, unused of course. And Brucey said after the game, the jersey's Darlow's. He's earned it. He's the current number 1. Dubravka's going to have to earn that spot back. We're going to have to wait until Darlow fucks up, gets injured, suspended, whatever it is for Dubravka to come back. Might get a shot in the Cup. Who knows? We've got Arsenal next week. Dubravka might get a Cup start. Give him a chance to get his foot in the door anyway. But Darlow, game after game this season, I thought Tottenham was the pinnacle point for Darlow this season, and it probably still is, but that Liverpool game was just on its heels, mind. Some unbelievable saves, clean sheet. What more can you ask for? But the defence as well helped him out massively, every single one of them. Brick shit hoosers. So we'll go into the back three, and I will still be playing a 5 at the back formation. I hate 5 at the back, but sometimes it does work to your advantage. It did the other day. We know Brucey likes to go defensively against the top teams, and for me, Leicester are a top team. As I say that in around about the 3rd and 4th bracket, they're fighting for that top 4. They should have got there last year. Like, they are a really top team, Leicester, so Brucey probably will be playing defensively. So the 3 back centre-backs, of course, Shaw, Fernandez and Clark. Same as they were the other day, the only 3 centre-backs we've got available. Lascelles still being out, of course. Paul Dummett is back in training now. He's been pictured, so he might get a spot on the bench. But there's no shift in the other 3 at the minute for me. Shaw, who we've been massively critical of the last few weeks, months, a year. His performances have just been so lazy, but he was an absolute brick shit house against Liverpool. Fantastic display for him. Fernandez the same, captain fantastic, deserved the armband. It's been passed around a little bit between him and Shelvey since Lascelles has been out, but I think he completely deserves it. And alongside him, Kieran Clark, who's on the verge of signing a new contract apparently. Brucey says that a contract is being chalked up, trying to get him to sign him down to a long-term deal, as he's been over the moon with his performances, and I think we'll all have. He's reliable. He's never really the one that you think is, he's a great player, him, but he actually really is when you sit and watch him. I remember a few weeks ago when we played Man United, me, Renty and Kendall did a match preview with Mr. Aaron United. That was 3 Newcastle fans, 3 Man United fans. We were talking about our players and mentioned Kieran Clark, and they were like, fucking hell, he still plays for Newcastle. He goes proper under the radar. Like, they didn't even know he still played for us. But honestly, he deserves a contract. He's proved himself massively worthy. At right wing back, and I never thought I would say this, I actually said just a handful of days ago in my Liverpool lineup that I don't want to see DeAndre Yedlin starting. The game before that, he was shocking, as he has been, similar to Shaw, for months, particularly since lockdown, maybe over a year. He's been shite. There's like no effort, just looks lazy, cannot be arsed. Passing, running, which was his best trait, getting down the line. Sometimes he just looked like he just couldn't be bothered. But against Liverpool, wow. Like, that's the best I think I've ever actually seen DeAndre Yedlin. Even back in a few years ago, when we first came up in the Championship, he was our first choice right back, or right wing back, whatever. Defensively, he was never great though. His biggest trait was getting forward. His pace and energy getting forward, crosses in. Defensively, never great. But everything against Liverpool was outstanding. So as long as you can play like that every week, DeAndre Yedlin, you can be in my lineup for me. I'm more than happy to do that. And like, what a difference one game can make, because I literally just said a few days ago, I never want to see him start ever again. And we've probably said that about Shaw in the last few weeks, but the pair of them have earned their spot. I just hope like the Liverpool game wasn't just a one-off. Hopefully we can keep it up now, like take a bit of momentum into games forward. We've got Sheffield United coming up, who's just lost another game. 2 points this season in the Premier League. That's a game where we need to go into, pick some points up, because the last few games have been hard. Man City and Liverpool, like, we never expected anything against Liverpool. Leicester, great team. We've got Arsenal coming up twice. They're picking up a bit of form now. A great team as well. Like, I know they've had a bit of a poor season, but individual players, they're a top quality side. So the points will be hard to come by, like the 1 point against Liverpool. That's great. Just a bit of effort and passion from the lads. That's all we've ever asked for, and we've got a well-deserved point. So if we can pick up as many few points as we can in the next few weeks, but Sheffield United's that game I'm looking for, where we need a massive 3 points, a big performance from the lads, get the goal difference up, and hopefully we can push on from there. There will be one change that I'm making at left wing back in place of Matt Ritchie. He didn't have a bad performance against Liverpool. As I say, none of them did. I thought he was great, but again, I think I said prior to me Liverpool prediction, he's not really pulling it out the bag for me. Jamal Lewis, he's an actual wing back. Again, like Yedlin, a bit suspect defensively, gets caught out, particularly in his positioning. But I'd rather see him be nurtured. I think he needs time. He needs minutes on the field. He's young enough to learn from mistakes. I think we just need to stick with him. Like I say, we're in January now. The transfer window's open. I think getting in a proper left back, proper left wing back, just not only for cover, but to also challenge him, because he's not really challenged at the minute. All we've got's Matt Ritchie, potentially Paul Dummett. But I'm more than happy to stick with Lewis, but he does need competition. Maybe someone a bit more experienced, like Jetro Willems, to come in and help teach him, like I say, nurture him. He needs to learn. He could be the future of this club. Currently, yeah, his performances haven't been great, but yeah, with someone like Jetro Willems hot on his heels, teaching him things, helping him out in training every day, it could be great for everyone involved. So yeah, I'll stick with Jamal Lewis instead of Matt Ritchie for this one. And centre mid, with Hayden being suspended, Matty Longstaff keeps his place without a doubt, and I partner him alongside his brother Sean. I said again, another one I said against for the Liverpool one, I didn't really want to say Sean. His performances over the last few months, even over a year, they haven't been great. Like, we've on this channel been getting proper pissed off with Sean Longstaff. Him, like Yedlin and Shaw, they've completely disappeared over the last year. Like, the performances have been dreadful. But Matty, he's come into the team in the last couple of weeks and done great. What a performance against Liverpool. And I think that spot's his now. Like, Shelvey's been out with injuries. He had a groin operation. That's what's been keeping Shelvey out. And Sean's poor performance opened the door for Matty. But now Matty's kind of solidified his place. He's in there for me. He's ahead in the pecking order of Shelvey and Sean. But with Hayden out, it's a flip of the coin. Who is it going to be? Sean Longstaff or John Joe Shelvey? As I say, for me, it'll be Sean, because he must be sitting on the sideline looking at his younger brother dominate. He's looking 10 times the player he is, and Sean was always meant to be the golden boy. He's the older of the brothers. He broke through into the first team first. He was getting linked with getting England call-ups, big money moves to big clubs, and he's just disappeared. Now his younger brother's looking 10 times the player he is, so he must be sitting on the sideline thinking, I need to get back into this. I need these fans to love me. Because at the minute, we don't. Like, if he'd have gone to Man United, it could have been a good thing. But now, hopefully, he's looking at Matty and he's getting some motivation to think, that's what I could do. That's what I should be doing. I should be better than him. So it's a good competition. Competition in the squad's what we need. Like I say, with Lewis at left back, he hasn't got any competition. Some of the players are just comfortable. So hopefully Sean's, he's got a bit of fight in him now. Hopefully he's got a bit of fire in his belly to go out there and prove that he's better than Matty. That's what I want to see. I want the both to go in there. They do work well together as well. I think we've seen them a couple of times last season. The Man United game at home, particularly Matty's debut where he got the goal. They were looking unbelievable together. Obviously, there's going to be a chemistry there. And I think it's a good thing. Like, Shelvey's just come back off of his groin surgery. So yeah, I'd keep him on the bench for now. Give Sean a chance. I think everyone needs a chance. Like, Yedlin and Shaw have had theirs and they've taken it. Now I think Sean needs his chance. Hopefully he can step up to the plate, but give it an hour, 70 minutes in. If he still hasn't performed, then Shelvey will be on the bench, Jeff Hendrick as well. There's changes there to be made, but Matty is a first team player for me now, starting 11, week in, week out, until potentially his performances slip, injury, suspensions, whatever, but I want to see Matty in there for the long term now. On the right wing, I'd like to see Jacob Murphy keep his place. I like Jacob Murphy now. He's really grown on me. I said before the season, to be fair, that I wanted to give him a chance because he's a Geordie at heart. He's a London-born Newcastle fan. I'm sure his dad's from Ashington or somewhere up north. Him and his twin, both brought up as Newcastle fans. And when you look at the other options like that we had, like Christian Natsu, Rolando Aarons, I wanted him to be given a chance, but I didn't know if his quality was there. He had a good pre-season, but pre-season can be deceiving with some of the opposition that we had. But he stepped up to the plate, even playing right wing back. I was more than happy to see him play there. I'd rather have him there over Yedlin in the past. But Murphy, he's a great option to have as a squad player. Things might be different when Ryan Fraser's fully fit and Sir Maximin comes out. He'll probably lose his place, Hopefully he can maybe go back to right wing back if Yedlin's performances start slipping up. But I am happy to keep Murphy in while Fraser and Saint-Maximin's out. And on the other side, there'll be one change that I'm making to the Liverpool game where Miggy Almiron comes in place of Joe Linton. I thought Joe Linton had a great game. I love seeing him on the left-hand side. That's his best position, not up front. Yeah, he didn't have a bad game. He held up the ball well, as we know he can do. Coming back into the midfield, tracking back, helping out, being a bit of a workhorse. But I think when Miggy came on, you see a different type of player, because Miggy's an absolute grafter as well. And he's solid for a little lad, like a little skinny lad, but he gets stuck right into some tackles. He's pace, energy, all of that. I love Miggy when he's in. His performances over the last few weeks have been a bit disappointing, but I think he looked good. I thought when he came on for Jacob Murphy in the Liverpool game, and I think that did change the energy of the game, brought a different kind of pace to the game, which I think we needed to try and nick the win. I think scoring a goal that was there, like, it sounds daft, like in some games, like against lesser teams, we never looked like scoring. But I don't think it was unrealistic to think we could beat Liverpool if we really tried. We just need to turn it up a gear, because they were a bit shaky at the back. We could have nicked the goal, and I thought Miggy coming on was a good change to make. Didn't happen, but yeah, that's one change I would like to make. I think we need to rotate a little bit as well, because we're playing like 2 games a week at the minute. Well, we're at the back end of the festive period now. We're playing like 2, nearly 3 games a week sometimes. So yeah, we do need to rotate a bit, so I would like to see Miggy get a start, but if he's not performing again, we've got Joe Linton on the bench, we've got Hendrick, Gale, all of them, and obviously Callum Wilson up top. As long as he's fit, I never want to see him on the bench, I never want to see him out the team. Talk about workhorses, he's the epitome of a workhorse, absolute grafter, solid on the ball, makes great runs. Early on in that game when Matty Longstaff played that forward ball, which we don't see a lot of when Sean's on the field, but he made a great run, showed his strength, bossed Nat Phillips. Like, Nathaniel Phillips is a young lad, Fabinho's a makeshift centre-back. He looked really, really good. So obviously, I don't need to big Wilson up. We know he starts. We know he's number 9. He's the main man, so he's never going to, like I say, he's never going to be able to pick out the squad if he's fit. So that's my starting 11, and I'll run through the bench. I've already mentioned some. Dubravka, like I say, has to earn his place now. He's number 2 as long as Caldalo's between the sticks. Emil Kraft, Paul Dummett. I think Manquillo's still injured. He's been omitted from the last couple of games. Bruce said in his press conference he's got a problem. Kraft's had a problem, but he's all right now. Dummett has come back. He's been pictured in training. Still not entirely sure how fit he is, but we need to fill up 9 positions. Matt Ritchie is the left wing-back cover if Lewis is having a bit of a stinker. Shelvey, Hendrick, Joe Linton, Dwight Gale and Andy Carroll. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know your lineup prediction in the comments below. Give me a score prediction as well. I'd take another point in this one. If it's a 1-1 or a 2-2, I'll be over the moon, to be honest. Leicester is a great team, as I've mentioned. They're in the top 4. Some great attacking players. Harvey Barnes is having a great season. Vardy, of course. So I think there's goals in it as long as we attack, go for the game like we did against Liverpool. I think we could get a couple of goals. Also vulnerable at conceding them as well. So 2-2, I'd be more than happy with a point. As long as we get a draw, 3 points great, obviously. But yeah, 2-2, that's my prediction. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like. Most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Check out Matty's match preview and come back for the live watch along tomorrow night, as well as fan cams, player ratings and a match review. All of that. And enjoy yourself.